All right. We are starting a little bit early here, guys. So we'll see who rolls in here. Oh, I got my coffee mug backwards. Smile. Hey, what's up? We got a beautiful day. The birds are chirping. I am happy to be live. Let's uh let's get this thing rolling here. Definitely give some time for people to roll in. If you can hear me, say it in the chat because I am using the mic today. I ditched StreamYard, so I'm not sure. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? So, um, guess we'll start a little beginning chat. Um, I got an interesting fishy news today. It's this one's actually a little bit more serious. I apologize ahead of time, I suppose. You know what? Hold on. Let me adjust my camera a little bit because it's off a little bit here. There we go. That's yeah. There we go. But I have an interesting fishy news today. A little bit more serious, but it's something that I really feel pretty strongly about. Um, but I guess I don't know. I guess the overall feel of the topic. I guess we could start with like how do you guys feel about paying more money for fish that are healthy? All right, because I've seen like a lot of people complain about like Dan's fish pricing, which I agree can be pretty. Ooh, I got my keys on my belt here. I don't want to keep hitting that. Um, I agree can be a little bit can be a little bit wild, but like I would rather pay those prices, and I also don't think that they're as expensive as people tend to make it out to be. For a couple of reasons that aren't like really direct, you know, it's not like you're not saving money right off the bat, but like I had personally bought, you know, the only actually no, I think I've no ordered twice from them, and actually both stories are pretty successful. Just the one is currently going on, so I don't really want to like I don't want to jinx it, but I mean I did get my Cardinal Suluasis from Dan's Fish too, and they started breeding relatively soon after I got them, and the same thing with my Pistogramma cockatoide group that I bought from them. So my thing is everyone says that the fish are more expensive, but I don't really necessarily believe that to be true in the long run of it. I think it's more of like a short-sighted way of thinking when you say that those fish are more expensive. I mean, with the group that I got, yeah, I Jim, I definitely understand the shipping is expensive. But what I was saying with my group though that I was able to get was I got a decent price on the actual fish. When you added shipping, like you said though, it did get really expensive. But what I was able to do was I was able to take fish that I got at a decent price for the fish, and I was actually able to flip the rest of the group that I had gotten relatively quickly. So I was able to like take I put I think it was like six that I had gotten. I had in a 20 long, so they were juveniles, so I had to grow them out a little bit. I noticed that two of them had paired off, so I took that pair, put them in their own tank, and I was able to eventually move and sell the rest of the fish for a little bit more than what I had bought per fish, because I got a good deal on, like, it was like, for the Pistogramma cockatoides, was kind of an insane price. So I don't think you'd actually be able to get this again. But they were like $9 a fish at one time. I think he had like an overstock and people weren't buying them. So I did get a little lucky with that. So maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. I mean, my Sulawasis were, oh my god, I got I got four of them, and everyone was telling me I was dumb to just get four, but I got four of them, and it was like $100. I mean, that's insanely expensive. But a lot of other people have said that their cardinals, they had a hard time with getting a group together, and mine are breeding like crazy. So I got them from them. But anyways, so with the Pistogramma cockatoides, I bought them for like 8 something a fish, plus shipping. It ended up being, oh man, it was over $100. It was the first time I had spent $100. Like both times, I have like this limit. I don't really like spending more than $100 on a group of fish. It's just like a mental block. I can't get past that. But anyways, so I had bought these at 8 something a fish, $40 for shipping. I think it was the small shipping I think I got away with. So I think that's $40. Ended up being a total of like $100. I was able to get the two that seemed to pair up, threw them in their own tank. They were doing well, and I felt comfortable at a point to sell the rest of them. So I was able to flip the rest of the group locally, and it actually ended up netting me back the majority of my money. And then the fish that I got that paired up bred quickly, and when they bred, I was able to sell the babies faster. And so in the long run, I don't know. See, and Nano, yeah, like the guarantee. See, a lot of what that is definitely going to come into play with my fishing news today. It's yeah, there's more to it than just the direct like money out of pocket thing. And I'm not a guy that can take a risk. Like there are some people that have like, I don't know, good luck with like buying from a less reputable company and then everything goes well. Maybe they're just better at like balancing some of the things that I don't like working with, and I'm not as good at working with. So there are definitely people that are more like, educated in dealing with certain things. Like if I get a sick fish, I might not be as well equipped to handle that as some other people. So maybe they can deal with that and they can handle it, and it's not as big of a deal for them. For me, I like the more guaranteed bet of like, hey, the fish I'm getting is going to do well. It's going to, like start doing the things I want to do, which is I'm all about producing baby fish. Hey, what's up, Jorge? So, I'm all about like producing baby fish. So I'm always looking to get my fish to breed and produce more, and then I go to my swaps and sell there. And I say that like all the time. But it's like my favorite thing to do. I like really like doing the kind of business aspect and interacting with people. And I don't like taking the risk of like getting fish from other people and being like, are they gonna breed? Maybe they're not. Like I don't know. So for me, I guess the overall point was that I just don't. I think in the long run, I know Dan's fish is super expensive, and I know that fish or companies that treat their fish better as far as like quarantining in the beginning, um, all the stuff that makes a fish like healthy in the beginning. If you have to put all that stuff into it, it's gonna be more expensive. But I think in the long run, that's like more worth it for me. Um, but it has kept me from getting more fish, because right now, I mean, if you saw the title of this episode, it's what do you do with empty fish tanks? Now, truly, my fish tanks are really never empty. There's always usually some like shrimp going on, or there's always plants growing. But lately, I got a few empty tanks, and I'm lacking inspiration for what I guess not lacking inspiration, but I'm just looking for inspiration for breeding projects to start. I've had a couple of rough goes at different things that just didn't work out lately. Mainly with different Apisto groups. And funny enough, I mean, it was not Apistos that I bought from Dan's Fish that I had issues with. Um, so that, I mean, I guess that might be the kind of chip on my shoulder that I have lately is I've took a couple losses. So I don't know. But yeah, I have, oh my God, one, two, soon to be three empty fish tanks to deal with. And then I have a group of CPDs. I'll be taking a couple of those to do breeding projects. I'm going to have two 5 gallon, um, mesh bottom CPD breeding tanks. I'll put them in there, drop eggs, then pull them out. I've been breeding those pretty consistently. That was another thing that I had like some rough hiccups with lately, but they're finally getting back to going. So I got that going, and I'm just really looking for inspiration for new fish. I don't know if I necessarily want to go like a live bear route. I have three different types of guppies that I breed consistently. I got like I don't know, it's either like a red dragon or like that mosaic Dumbo. I got some blue metal lace. I have a Norman's lamp eye group. I have some Chilean theater. Oh my god, I cannot say this word. Chilean Therina Werneri, which is those threadfin rainbows. I have those, and I'm thinking about trying to breed those. Um, I don't know how easy it would necessarily be, but the problem is I like doing planted tanks, and so maybe if I throw them in like just a pair of them maybe into one of these fives, let them throw some eggs around maybe, and then pull them out in a little while, and then put them back in their home tank. If I leave it be, maybe I can get some babies out of it. That might be a fun little project to do. And then necessarily I wouldn't have to buy anything else. I would just be able to use stuff that I have. So Suda McGill. So those are rainbow fish, right? I have been thinking about doing what the dwarf neon rainbows, but I think that's like the Pracox rainbow. See that whole rainbows. I do not know the names very well, but that's also why I would like to get into that. I've also been thinking about getting into a pleco group. That one I was thinking about like longfin albinos or snow white albinos or the longfin snow white Bristlenose albino, whatever you want to call them. They're the just they look like ghosts floating around your tank. And there's been a few people in my area that have had groups of them lately, and they have been looking really, really cool. So I was thinking about getting maybe like a group of those to start growing out and working with. And it wouldn't be the most expensive group because some of those plecos can get super expensive, super expensive. Hey, what's up, Red Laser? Um, Also thinking, probably yeah, like a pleco. Maybe I do, because I tend to stack my shrimp with fish, and I could just take one of these fish tanks or one of these empty tanks that just has plants in it, and maybe I just drop a colony in there and I just let it overrun that. I mean, I do have like a red shrimp colony in my 5 gallon here with some pearlweed, and I suppose that could be a. I mean, I guess that could be another project because you can always sell shrimp. In my area, you can sell shrimp like crazy. I've been kind of slowing down a lot with the sales, though. Oh my God. I have a plant grow out over here. A bunch of potted up plants. I've been posting them in my local areas, and it's been like nothing. No hits. No hits at all. Spawning mobs. For See, I've done that, Jorge. I've put because I have a bunch of spawning mops because I make them and then I sell them at the swaps. Because I work in an apartment building and I got a whole container filled with corks, like just wine corks for free. Someone had just thrown them out or whatever, and I was like, oh, I know what I'm gonna use these for. Took those, got a thing of yarn or whatever off Amazon, and so I've made a bunch of those, but I have not had luck using the spawning mops in a planted tank because I feel like the fish just go to the plants. But I could be wrong. It just like because I have a spawning mop in my actually I might have pulled it out. Yeah, I had a spawning mop in my lampi, my Norman's lampi tank, and I was pulling it out and I was putting it in a separate tank to see if I'd get anything out of it. And maybe I'm just impatient or whatever, but I waited like 2 3 weeks on a couple occasions, and it did. I never saw anything. But the one time I got babies out of them, I had left them in a tank with a bunch of hair algae, and they threw it in there. So I'm thinking that they could just be eating the eggs and they're just hungry, and I got lucky. Yeah, I could never find I I never saw them. I saw some stuff that looked like eggs, but it could have been sand. And I'm also like, I'm like blind, so I probably needed to use like a like a magnifying glass or something like that. I don't know how big they are because I haven't actually seen them. Like I said, the only time I got babies from them, they're probably egging. Oh, eating. I got you. Eating fry. Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, and see, and that's what I was thinking about doing with my threadfin rainbows. The other thing is I don't think that there's a market for these Norman lamp Achilles out of here at all because I've oh my god, I've advertised them to multiple people and no one seems to be biting on them. I got them because it was a trade, so I got them basically for free on a tank that I didn't want to bring home from a swap, and I got them, and I threw like a pair of them in a tank, like I said, a bunch of hair algae that I had pulled out of a tank. I just threw in there, let them swim around for a while, and then I pulled them out. And shortly after, I was like, I had just pulled them out to just put them into a bigger tank. And shortly after, I saw like some stuff like floating on the top there, or like what I thought was stuff, and it actually ended up being fry. So I actually got some babies out of them, and that was the only way I've done it. I guess it was kind of intentional because I mean I put the pair in there, but it just I mean they did all the work, just did it in the hair algae. So if I did that in a bare bottom tank with a spawning mop, I probably would get the eggs. I would just have to have the right timing. Oh, Brenton, I am sorry to hear that. You didn't miss much. We were just having some beginning talked about having empty tanks and what to do with them, talking about different breeding projects of, I guess, fish that I could be doing around my area, or like not around my area, but in my fish room, like fish that I already have. And then I was talking about some lamp Achilles that I've been messing with. All right, so that's the next topic I was actually going to get into, is shipping. So I am starting to think about. Oh my god, my mouth is so dry today. Oh my god, it is hot in here. Um, I mean, it's hot for me. It's like 77. It's edging up to 80, and that's in my apartment right now. It's warm, but so I am thinking about getting into shipping. I have some plants. I don't have like a huge supply all the time, and I also would like to maintain enough stock to be able to go to my local swaps and everything, because I do like meeting with people and everything at them. But I own my own domain, so I bought my outsideinaquatics.com or whatever. I bought that through Pork Bun, which is whatever. I actually don't really understand that stuff very much. Went on YouTube and I was like, hey, how do I buy my website name? And they gave me suggestions of Pork Bun and some other ones, and Pork Bun was the first one I went to. So I bought that, and so I could build a website. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to use it. I mainly did it just because of there's actually a story that's going on in my, or that went on local in my area, of a guy that was trying to be held hostage, or had his website basically held hostage, and was trying to get ransomed for his URL. And he's a guy that I actually plan on bringing on live at some point, and I'll let him tell that story. But so he kind of gave everybody a warning, like, "Yo, if you're gonna start a website, you should definitely buy your URL because people can, you know, buy up, a website that you've been working on, and if you don't keep in contact with that domain, I guess you can lose it, and then someone can take all your hard work away from you like that." And so we had learned a little lesson, I guess, locally, and he was talking about that. And I want to bring him on here because I am not a tech guy at all. I actually, I was using StreamYard for a while, and I didn't even realize that when I was streaming in StreamYard, I was recording vertical, but it was always going in horizontal, so it was cutting it out in the middle, and it looked horrible. I didn't realize that, guys, so sorry about that. But anyways, um, I'm thinking about getting into shipping. I'm telling you guys, I'm dying right now. I'm thinking about getting into shipping. I'll probably like just have like a stock list of plants. Maybe I drop in my like community posts. I don't even know if you're allowed to do that on YouTube. Like, I got to really look into like what you're allowed to do as far as selling. Yeah, exactly. I think I don't want to tell the whole. I don't want to tell the story. I think in the long run, I think the dude that tried to hold him hostage didn't have the correct URL and just came at him. And it was like there was like a couple letters that were off, and the dude didn't actually have the URL. I am, like I said, I'm not technologically savvy enough to know that story, but I also want to have him on here. I Now that I have a consistent live going, he's a dude that like owns a dude, he owns an actually like a really crazy fish business. Like I want to let you guys know about it. It's Nationwide Aquatics USA. He ships like rare fish, like stuff that you just don't normally see. And he's been doing it for a long time. He's actually somewhat global too, because he started a business in another country, I think. Like I said, I don't want to tell his whole story because I don't know or I don't remember exactly off the top of my head everything. But he started his own business in another country, and that's why his is the URL thing was weird because his was labeled for this country and the dude bought one that wasn't, and but then came to him through DM and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna ruin your life unless you pay me. I think it was like $1,500 or $2,000 for this domain." And so he told the local fish community, and that was not good for that dude because he's banned from pretty much every like swap around here. He is yeah, yeah. So and he the guy that did the hostage thing or took the URL was actually a local business owner as well. Just horrible karma. I can't imagine doing that to somebody. But anyways, Branton, yeah, yes, that could be a thing. I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna do a probably like a giveaway or something on a live just to to do that, and then but yeah, Brandon, we could definitely do that. You can sell on Aquabid or get gills, maybe Discord, any YouTube channel. So I actually am allowed to sell off the YouTube channel. Like if I post a community post and like, hey, I have these plants available, like I guess message me on my Facebook or whatever. Like 'cause that's where I do. Like Branton said down there, he said he sells on Facebook. I sell a lot on Facebook too. Like I go to all my local Facebook groups, and it's just been bad lately. I mean, I normally get inquiries pretty much every week, and it was like I'm telling you, the warm like first warm week, it was just done. I was getting sales up until May pretty much, because I have like a list of my sales, and it dropped off like right after May, like or right at the beginning of May. I was luckily able to go to a swap to like halfway through May, and I was able to make some decent sales there. But it's been brutal, guys.
You are better off using a friend who will do a video on your shipping.
Well, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Um, Jorge, you're in Arizona. Would you ever be interested in that? I also don't know how much shipping costs and like all that stuff too. So if you guys have any interest, any info on that or whatever, do I need to go to like UPS to set up a shipping account? Well, oh yeah, no, I know, Jorge. Yeah, I know. It's not. This isn't like the last year. It was just not as bad. Like this will be my second season selling. So last season, well, I mean, a second. Like I guess I kind of started a little bit and I wasn't recording anything, but this is my second like real like recording info and stuff. The first time though, my summer, it was like a slow kind of decline. This one just like, it was, I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling it. Yeah, ship. So like I wonder because I've heard like people use like the flat rate boxes, which I think are like $10 or something like that, and then you could just like fill those up. Since I'm doing plants, I'm not as worried. I mean, I guess I could ship some fish too. I'd feel comfortable practicing with like the guppies if someone's interested in like the metal blue lace guppies. I'll post a video of them, like the red dragons. Maybe I could do like a practice round with that. But I'm also very broke too, so whoop, money is a factor. That's what I'm saying about the sales. The sales, if I could get a couple sales going locally, I'd like to do that because I don't want to charge anybody for anything on a practice run, obviously, and I don't have the money to front that right now. Some guppies. All right, Brant. I'll keep that in mind because you'd be an easy practice run because you're just a couple hours north of me. Um, so we could do that, and then I got to find someone that's a little bit farther away too. So whoever wants to just hit me up, and maybe eventually I'll be able to. I'll look into that. I don't know if I should use USPS or.
It's expensive unless you join a shipping company or local fish store that is willing to work with you on shipping system.
Yeah, well, Jorge, yeah, your temps out there are hot, so that one would be not a good practice run because that'd be like expert level shipping. But that makes sense. Uh, so what do you mean by join a shipping company? So does that mean like just like get an account with like UPS or USPS? Like, what do you guys think is best? Because I'll start doing the research, but I was gonna Google or like YouTube a video on this or just like talk. Every time you Google this stuff, though, it's just like a bunch of like ads. Just seems like ads for ShipStation or whatever. Like, so I'd rather don't use third party. So what did you mean by join a shipping company? Because that is definitely the thing I'm interested in. I would definitely like to work in a like a shipping, but I don't know if it's like do you start an account with them or do you just go there? I don't know, I'll probably. What do you got? All right, what do you guys think? USPS or do you guys think that UPS are better? The most confusing letters like Jesus, UPS, USPS. I'm dyslexic. I can't deal with that stuff. But yeah.
Shippo is a good site to get good pricing.
So third party. So like Nano Aquarium guy is saying use Shippo. Shippo or one of those. So all those ads about like what is it? ShipStation. I guess Shippo is one of them. All those are actually the way I want to go. Is get in touch with one of those companies. I got you. I got you. I'm also on a I forget that I'm on a delay. So our conversation's probably a little bit mistimed right now. Yeah, see that might be that might have, like, maybe the distance might have an effect on which one I go with, possibly. The flat rate shipping, I think, is like $10. I don't know if it could be cheaper if I went, like, if it could be cheaper than $10 to ship. That's interesting, because then, and I'll tell you, this part is fun, doing the math on like, when I started doing like the pots and then doing the rock wool. I was it's like, wow, now I have to add a cost of goods on top of that, and my plastic bags. I mean, those are so cheap. It's like, it's really, really, really cheap. But then adding shipping on top of that would mean that I'd have to really start thinking about that stuff, which is interesting. All right, so what do you guys think? You guys ready for some fishy news? You guys ready for some fishy news? Let's maybe we'll get ready. We'll get on that here. Oh, as always, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. I've also been having this like throat thing, making me cough. I got dry mouth a lot. I don't know if I'm getting sick or if it's just allergies, but I've been taking allergy medicine like every day. It's not working, man. I got the with the off-brand Zyrtec, but it's the same stuff. You get better pricing through those sites. USPS seems to have the best pricing, but you need to see the cost on next day shipping too, and that would be UPS. That's a good point. That's a good point, because I was also thinking from two different standpoints. Like the flat rate would definitely be like more for plants, but next day shipping would be better for fish. So if I'm selling the guppies, I would definitely need next day shipping. And yeah. All right, guys, let's do the fishy news. Like I said, I do want to preface a little bit more serious than other ones in the past, but let's get to it. Whoa. Oh. What's up, guys? I had to cover up Mac Miller. You guys know Mac Miller at all? All right. Guys, I'm putting on a little bit of weight. Shirt's getting a little tight. Oh, man. You guys ready for the fishy news? All right. Hey everyone, in the news today, something smells quite fishy. See, the camera's off. I'm telling you. I don't know why it's off today. I also have a different background there. So, something smelling fishy in the news today, guys. The aquarium, personally, the aquarium hobby is fundamentally flawed. And big aquarium, kind of like, big pharma, is to blame. This issue is bigger than I think anyone could ever have imagined. And sorry, everyone, this isn't as lighthearted of a news segment as ones in the past here. I feel really strongly about this. The past decade of aquarium keeping has kind of been a renaissance era. YouTubers, and with the help of creators, we have has a treasure trove of knowledge just dropped on us. And I'm not even saying I'm part of that. I'm part of the people that have benefited from that. I do try to spread knowledge of my tanks, but I'm so grateful for the people that have really just these amazing breeders that have bestowed this knowledge on us. But before this, there was a dark age of aquarium keeping. All right, it was an age before people really understood biology of the fish. That was they really didn't understand exactly what was going on. There was a vast sea of unobtained knowledge, and there was only a few people that really were willing to break the mold of what was told and what was given to them about fish keeping. And those were the people that were ended up becoming, like, kings of breeding. The people that ended up being the best breeders in the world. They got to know what the fish actually needed in their real environments, and they were applied that to their breeding standards. You know, but not everyone were able to come in contact with people like that. Even Dean from Aquarium Co-op, he talks about his earliest memories of fish keeping. I didn't get a quote from him, by the way. This is just in one of the videos, just being clear. He remarks about on being lucky that someone near him was selling fish, because back then there was not a lot of people doing that, and he was able to come in contact with somebody that was selling fish out of his house. And no doubt that had to have had some sort of formative impact on the way he viewed fish and the way he, kept fish. Like I said, the average person didn't have access to these people, so the only way that they got info was from going to a fish store. And when they were interested enough to buy fish, they had to go to the store, and they only got info from that store. Let me remind you the point that I'm making here. The foundation of aquarium keeping is built wrong, okay? So when those customers were curious enough to buy fish, they went to the store, and like I said, the only place they got their information was from that store. That's what we call a conflict of interest. Now, a conflict of interest is when you getting what you want affects me getting what I want, right? So you have two opposing needs. That's where we have a problem. In the case of Big Aquarium, they want all of your money, all right? And you want to keep your money, all right? Those are opposing needs. I'm telling you, if Petco could take all of your money and get you to spend every last cent with them instead of Food for Less, they would. They don't care about you. They don't care about nature, all right? They care about a bottom line, okay? And that's what companies are about. And, no shame on them. That's what they need, all right? But that being said, they just want you to buy the most expensive equipment. They want to sell you whatever fish they can. All right. Sure, that Bella Shark's going to fit in a 5-gallon. You'll be fine. All right. And they send you on your way, Nowadays, at least you can go home and you can research if you're an impulse buyer like some of us, and you can figure out how wrong you were pretty quickly. But back then you really couldn't, And it wasn't just a problem with size of fish. It was a problem with people just selling outright sick fish. All right, you'd go home, you'd buy a fish, you'd go home in an hour or two later, maybe your fish is covered in white dots, or the next day, half the fish you bought are dead, and leaves you with a feeling that you did something wrong. Which in some cases you did, but a lot of the cases it's really not that. You could do so much. It's not always you, all right? Anyways. So the whole industry just kind of took that as an is what it is stance with it. They didn't want to improve that. They wanted to put the blame on customers. So their solution is, oh, that fish you bought from us is sick. Well, here's medicine. You can fix it, all right? And they should have never sold that fish to you in the first place. That is a standard of practice that is just completely wrong, all right? And what eventually ended up happening was multiple generations of people were raised in the belief that fish were a replaceable commodity similar to a bouquet of flowers. Plucked from nature, thrown in a vase, and replaced when they didn't make it. Replaceability is rampant in this hobby. And the foundation of the hobby is what built it this way. Instead of teaching what is actually occurring in an aquarium, we were sold more and more products to fix problems. Problems that were given to us by a store selling an unhealthy animal. Funny enough that the solutions told to us are by another healthy and easily medicate them. Oh my god. Am I frozen, guys? Can you guys see me? Or hear me? Oh my god. Really? Still no video? Dude, that call just ruined this live. I can't believe that. Oh my god. So mad. What am I supposed to do now? Oh man. Well, you guys listening? You guys still want me to finish here? Because that kills me, man. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. So close to the end. Well, hey, got it to fix. I got it to fix. All right, I got it to work here. I was a little angry there for a second. Shouldn't have clicked on the phone call. I thought the phone call froze it, but all right. So okay, so hopefully I guess I don't know if I should go back a paragraph. Well, anyways. Instead of teaching what is actually occurring in an aquarium, we are sold more and more products to fix problems. Problems that were given to us by a store selling an unhealthy animal. Funny enough that the solutions told to us are by another aquarium. Quarantine tanks. To have as a place to make sure your new fish are healthy and easily medicate them. Now, I'm not saying that that's a bad practice by any means. That's actually unhealthy animal. Yeah, all right, sweet. So I'm actually on my point. But I'm not saying quarantine tanks are a bad practice, but I do think that it's funny that, Petco, in the beginning of all this, you should quarantine your fish. You don't know what you're mixing when you buy fish. But it was the percentages of fish that you'd get from Petco or from these big box stores, it's ridiculous. You can almost guarantee that they're going to come with something. And that's what I'm talking about. But it is funny that they say, quarantine tanks. So you can have a place to make sure your fish are healthy and easily medicate them. The solutions they give us are always aimed at buying more of their products. Until recently, there had been no sign of these business practices getting any better. Now a shift in the way some sellers treat their incoming stock is coming, and thus bringing you an animal that is actually worthy of being bought. Now this does come with a heftier price, but I think it's worth it. Especially if the animals and customers are treated in a respectful manner. I'm sure we can all name companies, that are worthy of shout-outs, that are champions of changing the way everyone views aquarium keeping. And no doubt, a lot of that credit goes to YouTube creators as well, consistently educating people on what is actually going on in our aquariums. This change in the health of aquarium fish is going to have what I think will be a world-changing effect. All right, and here's why. Get ready for this, guys. Get ready. When we change from a flower bouquet way of viewing fish and start understanding their ecology, it forces us to have a deeper respect for the fish in their natural habitats. People will start to look at them as more than a replaceable commodity, and might even force them to look at the effects that we have on their environments more. and in turn may even change the way people interact with these in habitats. You know, like when you have a fish and you just view it as this replaceable commodity, this thing that, you know, you just will get a new one when it dies. You don't respect that thing in its natural habitat. You don't necessarily know. A lot of people don't have the ability to connect with the wildlife and nature like we do. You know, there's a lot of people that their only connection with this stuff is from stuff they see on YouTube or on TV, you know, in nature documentaries. When I was a kid, it was always Discovery, you know. And you learn this stuff, but it's a disconnect. If you have that physical connection to seeing fish grow, like in plants even, it doesn't even have to be the plants that's in their natural habitat, but you see that idea of like, wow, this plant is growing, these fish are populating. They're not just a replaceable commodity anymore. They're something that, like, it's living, it's breathing, and it's affecting the actual world. All right. So I say, you know, to hobbyists, creators, companies out there selling fish, you know, keep voicing your opinions on fish care, voting with your views and your dollar. Vote for who you think has the most positive effect on the hobby. I say that that's important because you need to support these companies that are really changing the way the hobby's ran, because I think it's going to have a positive effect on more than what we're just seeing in the hobby. I think it's going to affect the way people view fish. I think that they're going to care more about them. If they care about the fish in their aquarium, then they're going to care about the fish in their lakes, their streams, the oceans. Maybe we would even have people interested in the fact that there's, you know, we're losing our entire coral reef. Day by day, it's like you see another tragedy of loss of natural life. God, I'm choking, man. Sorry, guys, I need a cough button. But every day you see another story of like loss of another species, another part of our natural ecology, and I think it's because people don't have that real physical connection, you know. And I think these aquariums give that to us. And if you support the right companies, I think people will start looking at the whole thing differently. This has been another episode of Something's Fishy Morning News. Your host, Kyle, signing out. So, besides for the little hiccup there, what do you guys think? I also want to grab your opinions on something here. And I need to get this shirt off because I'm dying. My face is so red. I'm so hot. But, so I'm thinking with the fishy news, I like doing it live because it's fun, right? Adds that kind of like newsy spin to it. I ditched StreamYard today because, like I said, I was having the issues with, I didn't know that it was actually streaming in wide view, and I like doing the short form content version. So basically, it got really dark. Is that just me? But anyways, so I like doing fishy news live, but I think I'm gonna chop these segments out, or I might not even chop them out. I might actually record them as a video series in itself, with more of like a news, like the news bar and all that fun stuff. But I think I still want to do it live with you guys because I think it's a fun little, like, I like doing the curtain drop. Yeah, dude, the writing is hard, guys. This one came in clutch. I'm not gonna lie. It was something I really felt a lot about, but I did not write this as early in the week as I should have. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking I might record this as more of like an actual, like, I don't know, like a more newsy kind of feel to it as a separate video series. But I've been chopping them out and putting them in their own videos in case people don't want to watch the whole live. I'm hoping it kind of catches. If anyone's seen those thumbnails, did it grab your attention at all? I bet you don't even know that the thumbnail was related to the fishy news, because it was kind of, I'm messing around with some different thumbnail ideas. I don't know. I don't know how to advertise this segment, to new people. I did it as a live thing because I want my lives to have like a like a special little hook, something a little different. Everyone else is really freaking good at talking and they have interesting things to talk. Me, I'm just trying to hang out and be more entertaining, just add a little laughy, funny vibe to things, you know. Um,
Hey,
oh, yeah. Well, oh, Jesus. Well, yeah, I got to do like a blooper reel of shorts too. I should probably put in there. I also, if anyone, well, I'll probably see him in one of the chats at some point. But I gotta thank Fathom for he had said something in one of the lives about putting all your videos into playlists. I did that, and I have noticed that there is an uptick in my like. What'll happen is I'll get like a view on one video, and then you just see like a stream of them, like all right in the last hour. It'll be just like a bunch of my older videos that normally didn't get views, but were popping up because I put them in playlists. Oh my god, I'm telling you guys, I'm choking to death right now. I put them in a playlist with newer videos, and now all those videos are kind of getting like a little bit more life to them. So that was an extremely helpful piece of advice. So if you guys are creators out there and you don't have your videos in playlists, put those videos in playlists. Um, but yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna drop the fishy news as live. Um, I do want to remember to make this announcement though. Hold on. This week I'll be no, this coming week I'm gonna be live. The week after that I don't think I will be. Yeah, yeah, never mind. It's not this coming week. But I'll be going on vacation. I'll still be doing a live that week, but it's gonna be a different kind of live. Hopefully out in Gun Lake, out in Michigan. I'll be doing hopefully a video series about that too, because I'm working on a bunch of like underwater footage stuff. I'm shooting like a nature documentary of a forest preserve in my area. I've been talking about this for a while, but I'm putting a lot of like work into it, and I'm trying not to just rush it. So that'll be coming out probably the next like 2 weeks. Yeah, but I'm also shooting the footage over time too, so I'm adding to the whole like the depth of it, I guess. But we'll see. I do believe you can put shorts into playlists. I don't know how that works as far as like playing them, but you think so? Maybe I should. Yeah. Oh man. All right. I have an email I could use too. I'll get on that after this. If someone beats me to it, I'm gonna fight you. Nah, I'm just kidding. But no, Nano Aquarium guy, thank you for that. I'm gonna snag that actually. I'm gonna definitely snag that because yeah, I think that's a good idea. Just to at least have it, just in case, and I could post them all on there. It might be easier way to advertise that overall. Hmm, that's interesting, and I should always have a backup channel just in case something happens. You never know. You never know. Oh man. What else, guys? What else? Well, Jesus, you guys are here. Any more suggestions of fish projects? I gotta stay on the stuff that's not too sensitive with harder water because I don't use RO water. But if you guys have any suggestions of fish projects, breeding projects, stuff that you want to you're interested in, let me know because I need suggestions to put in these tanks. I could be doing it for a little while here. Um, Definitely after vacation. When I go out to vacation, I'll also be going to hopefully watercolors. Watercolors is a fish store out in Michigan, and I'm really excited to go out there because last time I was out there, they actually gave me like a little tour of the breeding room, and my YouTube account wasn't really that big. It's not really that big right now, but I'm like getting close to 1,000, And I think if you hit that 1,000, people start looking at you a little bit more seriously for as far as like, oh Jesus, sorry. Um, as far as like maybe wanting to do a tour or something. They were slow because it was like the middle of the week when I went last week and it was early in the day. So maybe I can work out like shooting a little bit of a video there if I work up my courage to ask them. Yeah, maybe we can work that out. So that'd be cool. It's also they do stuff that's really interesting, like saltwater breeding, and saltwater breeding is another level of fish breeding. I I didn't realize how hard it was, but the lady that was walking me and my girlfriend around was talking about it, like larval stages of clownfish and just super cool. And I could be speaking out of turn there. I am not a saltwater guy, but I'm pretty sure it was like larval stages of clownfish and just a bunch of different stuff. I don't necessarily know that they did coral. I don't remember seeing coral there. Just remember seeing the saltwater fish. They also have a live that they or a podcast that they put out. I can't remember if it's live. I don't think it's live, but you can listen to some really interesting like conversations about like super in depth. Those guys are like, dude, I don't know if I'm getting sick. I really hope I'm not getting sick because I feel like I'm losing my voice. But those guys are like doctor level educated in fish. I mean the depth of conversations that they have over there. You guys, if it's a watercolors aquarium gallery, definitely give them a check out there. All right, is this really dark or is it just me? I think I'm sitting too far back for the ring light. Yeah, man, I'm a mess today, guys. I'm sorry, but I hope you guys enjoyed that the fishy news segment. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed that fishing news segment there. I'll try to keep it more interesting. Hopefully, the next one I can write a little bit more funny. I'm realizing that it's kind of like it's like an act. So I'm putting the whole act together bit by bit by bit. But like everybody, we're all busy and stuff. So it's getting pieced together. I got a new background. It covers a little bit more. Maybe I'll add like a goofy logo to it. Or maybe up there. I might have to change the height of it. But yeah, probably do something like that. Add a little bit more, little bit of interesting like little bits to it. Um, Sorry, my throat is like killing me, guys. This is rough to listen to. I'm sure. I'm sorry. Um, but well, all right, we gotta get to an hour because I can't quit. I just can't quit until it's an hour. So I'm gonna we'll talk on for the next like minute and a half here. Next month or next week I'll be up here. The week after that I won't be live in the same way. It'll be something different. Probably won't have the fishy news, but it'll give me a chance to maybe double down on some writing. Um, like I said, I'll try to keep it funnier. I like the goofier ones. That one was actually that's something I really felt strongly about. Like what do you guys feel about that? Something fishy. Something fishy. Uh, but but yeah, so man, I lost my train of thought there. I like something fishy over here. Let's see. Ooh, dude, that's sorry, I'm blind. I had to get all up close so you got to see my bald head there. But I like that logo. I'm gonna be trying to remake my logo. I've been messing with a couple different designs, and the first one came to me just like inspiration. This one's harder, so I'm trying to make it look more professional. So I don't know. All right, well, we're officially at the hour, guys. I'm sorry the end of this got kind of low energy here. I really am not feeling the greatest, and this kind of hit me out of nowhere, and that's unfortunate because I have to go to work in like an hour from now. So, oh man. All right. Well, um, something fishy. Woo! But much love, guys. I will catch you next week. I'll be putting out a video of my local forest preserve, like I said again, and yeah. All right. I will catch you guys later. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming by. All right. Bye.